not by violence, but by silence? Across history, silence has been used not just as a punishment, but as a weapon. A way to control, humiliate, and erase. And sometimes, to purify. In ancient Rome, silence was imposed on widows for extended periods, as a show of mourning. They weren't just grieving. They were being watched. Breaking the silence too soon meant disrespect, to the dead, to tradition, and to power. Among certain African tribes, silence was used as a social exile. If someone violated a norm, the entire village would refuse to speak to them. No eye contact. No response. A living ghost among the living. In parts of medieval Europe, forced silence became spiritual. Monks in cloisters took vows of silence, not always by choice. It was believed that speech distracted from holiness, that silence brought you closer to God. But it also made you easier to control. In Japan's Edo period, Onna Daigaku, the code for ideal women, encouraged wives to remain silent in the face of abuse, disappointment, or rage. A good woman was quiet. An obedient woman, even more so. In Victorian England, children were punished with silence chairs, isolated, forbidden to speak, sometimes for hours. Not to teach them peace, but submission. Silence wasn't always forced. In some Native American rituals, silence was part of coming-of-age ceremonies. A rite of self-discipline. In others, like certain Buddhist or yogic traditions, silence was considered a tool for inner power, chosen, not imposed. But there's a difference between silence and being silenced. When institutions, elders, or colonizers demanded silence, it was rarely about peace. It was about power. To force silence is to erase resistance. To deny grief. To reshape identity. Even today, silence remains a tool, in schools, in prisons, in families, in politics. And the punishment might not look medieval, but it feels just as cold. So ask yourself, is your silence a choice, or someone else's command? For more truths buried in history, subscribe to Past Forward. Because the loudest stories are often the ones told in whispers.